look at question 18. Joe wants to do an experiment to find out if the number of coils around an electromagnet would affect the strength of the electromagnet. He prepared 5 sets of equipment as shown in the table below. So set A, thickness of iron rod is 1, number of coils 15, number of batteries used 2. B, thickness of rod is 2, number of coils around the iron rod is 10, and number of batteries used is 2. C, thickness of rod is 2, number of coils around iron rod is 10, and the number of batteries used is 3. For D, we have thickness of iron rod at 1, and number of coils around iron rod is 10, and number of batteries used is 2. For E, the thickness of the iron rod is 1, number of coils around iron rod is 15, and number of batteries used is 3. Now, which 2 sets should Joe use to ensure a fair test? Now, firstly, we need to identify this part here as the aim of the experiment. Okay, so the aim is to find out if the number of iron coils around an electromagnet would affect the strength of the electromagnet itself. Okay, so that is the aim of the experiment. Now, in any experiment, we need to write here that we have one change variable. Now, in this case, the change variable should be the number of coils as stated in the aim of the experiment. Okay, so we also put a note there that all other variables must remain the same. Okay, so now we know that only the number of coils around the iron rod should be changed, whereas the thickness of the rod and the number of batteries used should be the same. Now let's take a look at the thickness. Let's compare B and C, which have both thickness 2. Okay, for B and C, the number of coils is the same, which will defeat the purpose, because we need the number of coils to be different. So B and C is out. Okay, so now let's take A, thickness of iron rod at 1. Okay, and let's compare it with the rest. Okay, D has 1 also. E also has 1. Okay, number of iron coils, 15. Okay, D is also 15. So D is out. Sorry, I mean E is out. Okay, because E has the same as A, 15. Number of batteries, 2. Okay, number of batteries 2. So if you compare these two, okay, the thickness of the rod remains the same. The number of batteries used remain the same. But the number of coils around the iron rod is different. So actually we should choose setups A and D to ensure a fair test. So answer is 3. A and D.